Good morning.
Huh?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Henry's getting some of our stuff out of the bear box. Heat up some water for breakfast. Just wiped out the tent, so there's no more condensation. This is our campsite we stayed at last night.
We are starting our first hike of the day. Should be fairly easy to May Lake, which is just a little lake up here in the Tioga section of the park, and should be a good hike just to get our legs stretched out. Got our first glimpse of May Lake right there. Ashley, how was the hike?
Very hot and sunny.
It's pretty sunny. It's like not sunny enough to be super hot, just annoyingly sunny. We just did about 460 feet of elevation gain on this, whereas yesterday we did about 4,800 total. That was our highest elevation day for sure. Thoughts on that?
My calves are a little sore from yesterday.
Yeah, it was
But it
definitely
was worth it. This right there is Half Dome. We were gonna get permits for it, but we couldn't ever get it. It's a lottery system, so we tried to hike that, but it was not in the books this trip. But super cool viewpoint right here.
It's a really cool strata in the mountain across the way.
Once again,
Roadside ramen.
in a super busy parking lot
That's crazy in here.
by a lake.
This is not worth that much busyness in this parking lot. I mean, it's a fine lake, but this is crazy.
That's a sequoia seed, which is crazy that it makes the big trees we've seen.
This is Tuolumne Meadows. It is the largest subalpine meadow in the Sierra region.
We learned from the visitor center that meadows are just large areas of land where it's too wet for trees to grow, and so they're just full of like grasses and wildflowers.
Which apparently the wildflowers are not yet in bloom, but they say by mid-July they should be in full swings.
So we'll just come back in mid-July.
Yeah, we'll just come back in 15 days. It's the second last day of our trip. Ashley and I are both not super stoked to do anything.
We're so tired.
I just dug in the cooler for like 5 minutes trying to figure out what was hissing. Turns out it was the pickle jar.
Too much elevation change.
Too much elevation change. The pickle jar was unable to regulate.
He was about to lose it.
But we figured it out. I found a Mountain Dew. We were out of sodas almost entirely.
But I took a 2-minute window nap, Henry had a soda, and we're going to kill this next hike. Woo!
We're gonna try it. Bye. We've just made it to Middle Gaylor Lake, which must mean there's an upper and a lower.
Yes, there is.
Ashley, how was that hike?
You should have seen us on the way up. We were like,
We're like the Wizard of Oz Tin Man for a bit.
Yeah.
It took us a second.
The first half a mile was brutal. But I think we were just tired and not in the zone.
We've also climbed a lot of elevation. In the car, that translated into this hike. We started at about 9,800 feet of altitude, and we've now hit about 10,400. So it's definitely way up here.
There's oxygen up here.
Yep, we're dying. Altitude sickness. I've already thrown up twice.
You have not.
Okay, it's true, I have not. But we're actually feeling pretty good now. Start of that hike was slow, but we're making our progress.
I feel like we're in better spirits now.
Yeah, we were.
We're on the road. We're feeling good.
Woo!
A bunch of pink wildflowers. I don't know if you can see them. Oh yeah, there's a ton right there. And then ahead of us, there's snow, which is really crazy. And we learned from the visitor center that that big circle ring right there is left over from a glacier coming up against it, I guess. Kind of fun. Really cool lake, honestly.
Yeah.
How's the snow treating you?
It's nice and cold.
There's snow in our sandals.
Glaciers.
It's pretty cool. We can see how the glaciers are melting, woo, slipping, and making this top, I guess this would be Upper Gaylor?
Yep, Upper Gaylor.
Upper Gaylor. And there's that cute little stream we followed down to Middle Gaylor, where we just were. Really fun. So many wildflowers. So we're like the only ones out here right now. We're walking through a meadow.
Lakes that are up here.
Henry has the all trails downloaded for this one, but part of the trail isn't really a trail. You just have to like walk through a meadow and hopefully find these other lakes. So we got a map mostly. There's just no trail on the grounds. So we're gonna see if we can find this lake. But it's kind of fun because we're like all alone in the great outdoors.
This river coming out of Lower Granite Lake. There's some of the lake right there. We made it up. Here's Ashley. Pretty fun to go through that meadow. We're not gonna make it to Upper Granite Lake because we're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. So this is Lower Granite Lake and goodbye.
Just pulled off the road for a sec. Really pretty lookout right here. This plaque is telling us about how much this Tioga Road costs to build. It was really expensive. Reminds us a lot of the Going to Sun Road in Glacier, honestly.
Good thing we're at least still a little full on gas. Leave vining. Avoid at all costs if possible. Goodbye, Yosemite.
It's been great.
Your bear boxes were worth it after all.
Is it a tan or is it dirt? We will never know.
It's a mixed bag.
Filling up with much cheaper gas right here. We are at the Maverick. It's a good day. We are pulling up to our campsite tonight. We're a little bit outside of Lake Tahoe. This is called the Kit Carson campsite.
No late night lentils meal. We're just chilling. We got the back of the element wide open. Some of our food boxes on the ground. Apparently we did not escape bear territory, so we got one more night of that. But what you gonna do? It should be all right. Just heating up some lentils in the jet boil. As you can see, Ashley's got hers. She's ready.
Chowing down.
Ashley made me a banger salad with some Skinny Girl honey Dijon's dressing. It was awesome. But we're just chilling. We already set up the tent. It's impossible to see, but about to go to sleep soon.